when we started looking at Atlanta more seriously, I think it was last year, we potentially were gonna have an Amazon job in Atlanta. It's one of the SSD facilities that we do. And I approached Brad and Greg and I was just like, hey guys, like, I'm thinking about moving here. Like, it was just like that. Gigi wants to go, like, you know, Amazon has a job here potentially. Like, I'm seriously considering moving here. This would be a great opportunity for us to potentially do this Amazon, but also set up an office in this market. We didn't know too much about the Atlanta market at that point in time, but you know, as we kind of dug into it a little bit more, we found that Atlanta is a super similar market to DFW. It for sure got me out of my comfort zone. I think it worked well for me personally and professionally. I'm not somebody who likes complacency. So I think personally and professionally, I think it was a big moment for me to kind of go off and start a new chapter, do something new and do something I was uncomfortable with and unfamiliar with, and kind of going into this unknown, right? And kind of having to chart your own way. Even though I don't know everything and I don't know what every next step is, like, I know I can figure it out, right? I know I've got a good support around me of knowledge and experience, because even though it's a different place, a lot of, you know, the processes are the same, the relationships still function in similar ways. So anyways, I had a lot of confidence, partly, you know, because of my relationship with my wife and her support, and my relationship with our friends that are there and their support, and my relationship with, you know, the Gordon Highlander organization, right? I think it says a lot that they were willing to take this risk and investment in me, and kind of doing something we really hadn't done before. What we're focusing on, and kind of the strategy of, you know, trying to develop trade partners first and trying to maybe focus in on, you know, the industrial TI market, like, that isn't solely coming from me. That's coming from the knowledge and experience of everybody in our organization, leaning on people like that who have the knowledge and experience of, you know, working in different markets, and people who are really relationship oriented, which is a big part of going into a new market. It's one of the bigger challenges professionally for me is, you know, I've been doing this for about 10 years now, and most of it has been on the operational side of things. When you're working in that operational world, there's usually a roadmap for most everything you do. It's like A leads to B, leads to C, leads to D, and somebody has done it ahead of you, right? So there's always some kind of reference, and there's always some kind of path that, or process that, you know, you can take to figure things out. And this was a little different for me, because having come from that operational world, now I have to kind of change my perspective to be more relationship focused, be more kind of business development focused. So it was kind of a relearning and almost a reshaping of my perspective on how to approach things. Being out there for 6 months now, I don't know, I can just feel like starting to have roots grow, which is a feeling that I haven't felt in a long time, maybe not ever. So that's one of the most rewarding things, is just creating a home for me and my family. And I think getting outside of my comfort zone, even though it's something that's scary and it's something that makes me uncomfortable, I think on the flip side of that, once you do it, I think you just get a feeling of fulfillment and reward. If you're gonna grow an organization, or if you're gonna grow in a new market, I mean, there's only so much you can do, right? You're only one person. You have to be able to scale yourself, right? You can't do it alone. And I think if you look just about anywhere at any great organization or a great company, it's like, and including this one, it's like it's because of everybody. doing everything in lockstep. As far as what I envision or the organization envisions and is looking forward to, I mean, I think Atlanta would sometime in the near future look like an Austin, our office in Austin, and then I think we would in the 10 to 20 year mark look like a DFW, right? So I think the vision and the goal is to build out an office to look more like its predecessors that have come before it in different markets. And I don't think it really stops there, right? I think, we're trying to capture, the South and Southeast regions of the United States, mostly for some of our bigger clients that we scale geographically for. But, I think scaling to another market or expanding into another market is just the start. I mean, if we figure out how to do it in Austin, and if we've figured out how to do it in Atlanta, I don't think there's any reason why we can't do it elsewhere. But in the short term, I'm just looking forward to, starting some of our first jobs in a new market and being able to bring on some of our first team members and really starting there. So little glimpses at the big picture, but really focusing on the baby steps to get there.